Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Patreon podcast. This week I wanted to talk about being honest with your pace. And I've been doing a lot of bike riding lately, and I've been pulling parallels from that. So while I was bike riding, actually this happened last year, I was going on a kind of a longer bike journey with my dad. We did like a weekend bike trip that was like 120 miles or 100 miles or something. And I was doing a little bit of research as to how to create and maintain a good pace while you're biking, because he has had, at least back then, he had a lot more experience than me. I feel like we're a little bit more equal now. I know he listens to these. But I did some research on like maybe exercises on how to like create a better pace for going both faster and for longer distances. And some of the videos I saw that like recommended like measuring your pace were so egregiously bad, because they weren't talking about exercising or anything like that. They were like, well, if you want to increase your pace, only measure yourself when you have a backwind or when you're going downhill or when you're like well rested. And I think that that's like honestly super ridiculous, because I've been on group bike rides before, and if they're expecting you to go 15 miles an hour or 14 miles an hour or whatever, and like you cheated your pace so you could say that, all of a sudden when you get into a real world example, you can't keep up because that's not your actual pace. And you know, it's the same thing with my dad. I wanted to make sure that I was keeping pace with him. So I was doing like some preparation for that. And like the advice I got from that video was just so awful. It's just like, well, yeah, if you want to record yourself going faster, if you want to record a fast pace, just record yourself going down a hill. Like, don't record yourself going up the hill, just down. And it's like, that's like, it kind of blew my mind that people thought that this was actual advice and not just complete filler for YouTube. But I think that this is really important, not for, you know, just cycling, but also for when you are working on creative projects. Because if you tell people that you have a pace, it's like, oh yeah, I can write a song a day, or I can write a song a week, or anything like that, and you get into a live situation where you're working on a game jam and you can't keep up, like that hurts everybody. I think that it's really very important and valuable to be extremely honest with your like creative pace and your creative output and all of this other stuff, and lying about it and falsifying what exactly you can do can lead to some pretty severe problems in the future if you're not careful. And I wanted to just kind of highlight that, just both because I found that video to be so ridiculous, but also like it does have a pretty important parallel when it comes to creative exploration and stuff too. Like you have to be honest with yourself as to what you are capable of, and you know, there, you can always work on pushing that and making it, making you capable of more. But especially if you're planning on working with other people, it's so valuable to be honest with like your pace and to understand like, well, I can write a song a week, but 2 songs a week will burn me out really fast. So it's like, this is what I can do. Is that okay? Rather than just lying about what you can do and then having it all flare out later, because that's just a problem for everybody. I guess that's pretty much it. Like, I wanted to talk about that real quick, because it's not really something that I thought about until I saw that video, and I was like, wait a minute, this is really dumb. So that's it for me. I hope that you have a fantastic evening, or a fantastic Friday, and a wonderful weekend. Sorry, I just have a lot of papers on my desk. A fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you in the next one. Be remarkable.